Good evening, and a warm welcome to Inner Space. Seeing you guys after a long time, so special welcome. And a welcome to our online viewers who are with us today. So today's topic, very interesting topic. Any idea? Grudges to Goodwill. It's the journey that we have a grudge in ourselves against someone, but how can we transform it? How can we shift it into good wishes and goodwill for other people? So, for that session, we have a special speaker all the way from Nigeria. She assists in coordinating Brahma Kumari's activity in the country. She's based in Lagos and she's here for a little while. So, we have invited her to come here. Interestingly, she has been practicing meditation for the last 25 years. And she was a practicing advocate and a part-time radio jockey. And then she's thought of why not spend time in learning spirituality and expressing. So she's here today, Sister Gautami. Please welcome, and she'll take us through the topic tonight. So over to you, Sister. Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti. Let's have some moments of reflection. As we see our journey from the past to the present, many scenes are passing by in which I, the actor, have met different types of people, some known, excuse me, some unknown, some well behaved, some not. Few with wonderful smiles, few with confused mind. Each and every one I met, there was a subtle exchange. With few, there was a serious exchange. With few, there was just a simple interaction. As a detached observer, I try to feel the quality of vibrations that I have exchanged. Whatever I'm getting, I felt that I don't have any hold on it. But whatever I'm giving, I check myself. Did I give good wishes? Did I hold such pure feelings for them? Do I have blessings, acceptance, unconditional, understanding? Om Shanti. Excuse me. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. It is said that very few and powerful, a true heart is needed in order to bring the difference in the world. I like to use this word. To God, only few ordinary people are necessary who has the courage to change the world. Now, who are those ordinary people who have the courage to change? Today's topic is all about that. I hope you know what's the topic. What is today's topic? Grudges to Goodwill. I hope you don't have any grudge towards anybody. Does anybody of you have? No, isn't it? Or in percentage. So let's explore this one. Grudge. What is grudge?
Sorry, 1 second.
Can you be a little louder, please? Yeah.
You want a song? No.
Yeah.
It's revenge, maybe as an example. So that you consider you have had something done wrong to you once and you're holding on to it. Like this microphone. I didn't ask for a microphone.
No.
I've got a grudge
What
against
you
you now.
said is very good. But more clarity is needed in this because there are quite a few words which sound similar, like grudge, vengeance, revenge, tit for tat. These are the different words which are used, but they have specific meanings. They look alike, but they are not. Isn't it? Vengeance, revenge, grudge. My God, if I repeat another time, it becomes quite heavy in the heart because the energy level of these words are very, very negative. And imagine holding such negative energy inside for a longer period of time until it gets accomplished, until you get satisfied. Is such an illness within that we really nurture within. The inner being is so positive, pure, that if we nourish that inner being with the feelings of grudge or revenge or vengeance or such type of negative things, then it is malnourished. The inner power and inner peace get drained. As you said, it is really right, but partially. Excuse me. Vengeance is when you get hurt by somebody and whatever you received, the negative, is not justified. Being innocent, if you have to take any hurt or any negative from anyone, you feel it is not justified and you want to give it back. Revenge, similar to that. Tit for tat is also not very positive. Trying to do same to someone who did to us. But grudge in its the very meaning is not necessary that somebody has to do something to you particularly negative. But grudge can be developed by creating hurt. If you are hurt towards someone or towards an incident or towards an event, you can hold that negative feeling of grudge. So anyone directly is not giving you any sorrow, is not hurting you directly. But then overall, when we get hurt by listening to some news about someone, about some country, about a tribe, about a language, linguistic, then we try to create such feelings. These people are like this. So you start creating sorrow. So when we get hurt or have sorrow feelings towards anything or anyone, then we don't accept them positively. So then we try, and possibly if there is an opportunity, we use it completely in order to give what we have felt. The feelings of hurt, again, who is creating? By looking at any incident, or when you hear a news, or when you receive something. What I think about that particular thing, creates sorrow. So the quality of my thoughts and understanding about a particular person's behavior or a particular situation creates the quality of what I am the source of this creation. There is always a choice towards the receiving end. Whatever happens is happening. But towards the receiving end, if it is me at the receiving end, I always can exercise a choice to accept in which way. Whatever way it is coming, I have a choice to transform and still can accept. If you accept the way it is, many at times it so happens that we cannot digest and we get hurt. We feel disturbed inside. But if you change the form of it and try to see the positive part of it, then you become easy in accepting things. So in this process of whole understanding, receiving, when we create hurt, then you feel it's not right. And then this hurt that we have created for the self, next step is grudge. We wait for an opportunity to give it back, maybe in much more bigger intensity. So very spelling of grudge, Grudge, let's abbreviate. So many other illnesses are involved in this. You all need to speak in this. So the moment we are holding the feelings of grudge, what are the other negative things involved in it? G. What's the G? Think. It's good to think, isn't it? What can be? Guilt? Does it match? A person who suffering with grudge has guilt. What else? Greed. Yeah, agreed. Grief. Yes. Then we move ahead. R. A person holding grudge will not think twice to be rude. U. The letter U. A person holding grudge is a self-creation, isn't it? All of those negative feelings. Then he would always underestimate and he wouldn't understand the undercurrents. So he always is far from the truth. D. What's the negative D? You're so good. You don't know what is negative at all, isn't it? So what's the D? Desire. The desire and to the attachment to the desire that this is right and I am only right. And so I have every right to give this back to you. Desire. One more G. Grudge itself. E. We have so many positivities. What's the E, negative E in grudge? Evil. Okay, so these things are the ingredients of it. Then how to remove this, how to transform this grudge into goodwill. We all have grown up listening to these wonderful statements that we have to do always good to everybody, even to those who do bad. We have to do good to them, isn't it? In Hindi, it is called as apakari ko bhi upakar karna. To do good, even to those who are not doing good to us. The power of goodness. To do good to those who do good to us is okay, isn't it? It's not very big deal. But then to do good to all those who don't do good to us is possible when you hold that power of goodness. No matter what, the goodness has to be in action, in interaction, in every reaction. Reaction is a negative thing, but sometimes you respond with inner positivity very loudly. That response. So now the positive part of it, the solutions to remove the grudge. The first G is goodwill. Are you with me? The first G that we have to imbibe to remove the grudge, because sometimes it can ruin the life. Holding grudge can spoil the life. You won't enjoy. At times, time passes by, situations change, and you lose a part of your life which might be very vibrant. Your youth is completely lost if we are holding or practicing grudge for somebody, even being a follower to somebody's grudge. And so there is big loss of life, loss of time, energy, money, everything. So when you transform the grudge into goodwill, what's goodwill? Good thoughts about another person. They would say goodwill ambassador of so-and-so country, of so-and-so brand. Ambassador is a representative, isn't it? Goodwill ambassador. He's always considered to be the good. He represents the whole wholesome goodness of this particular organization or country or nation. To have goodwill, you need to be positive. You need to be good under all circumstances, by all means, with everyone, at all the time, in all the places. Am I right? He has a lot of goodwill in the society, which means he's very cooperative, very good, very humble, very responsible. So, to transform the grudge into goodwill, the first and foremost thing is we have to be good to ourselves, because the feelings of grudge is self-destructive. And in that space, to have good wishes for the self. If anything is happening around, and that any situation is probing you or instigating you to bring the inner weaknesses into action, like anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, or any such misunderstandings, if you are instigated, not inspired, instigated to bring those inner negativity into action, then you have to practice goodwill. You have to have the will. You know what is will? Will is a legal word. Will is your right that this is my assets and they belong to this. Isn't it? Before we leave, people write will. And it is a legal certified document. And there will be no unrest. If there is a will, you know this property is going to this person. So I write a will that my inner property belongs to me. So we need to practice reminding ourselves that stability, balance, good wishes, positive thinking, and a civil eye, a civil eye and a criminal eye. One is I, the second one is this eye which is looking at everyone. So it has to be civil. A civil eye can make me civilized. So these type of practices can increase my goodwill, which means I need to practice being in my own original self-respect. Who am I? The inner goodness has to be emerged. So that's when I can practice my goodwill, can come into action in any situation. So this is the positive solution to deplete the energy of grudge. R is rudeness, reaction, all of that. How do we remove that? Again, if negativity in action, which means there is some expectation, there is something that has to be healed within. And inner pain can come in the form of negativity in action when it comes. So if anybody is negative, try and understand the undercurrent, that there is some pain within which is not healed. And so forgive the person, consider that pain, and have good wishes. Then we will come out of that rudeness or reactions or that roughness in our behavior. Then D for desire. To remove the desire. Desire is because we feel that we don't have it, and we believe that if we get what we want, then we can be complete, we can be rich, we can be great, we can be full, we can be powerful. That is the reason we desire to achieve something. Well, if it is a target for the benefit of many, that is a different thing. A desire normally is like an attachment towards something which we struggle to attain. So, without that also we can put the same 100% of the energy and we can achieve many things without that emotional imbalance. So, instead of desire, what is the positive D that we can practice? Detachment, first and foremost, and detachment from desire. What is the basis for desire? Simple. Attachment towards mine. This is mine, and you get attached to it. The more you get attached to it, the more you want to possess it. The more you want to possess, the more things are increasing. Though you have it, but you want to show your power of your ownership on it. But in this life, the truth is nothing is owned permanently by any of us. We are travelers of life. We have a limited luggage to carry. And we can't have unlimited luggage. When we have a little limited, what type of luggage that we can carry, but still if we are accumulating more and more that cannot follow us, then that is called as desire. Desire takes the form of greed, slowly. So when it is desire only, it is better to deplete that thought. And so detachment is the best practice. Detachment is not leaving everything and becoming a renunciate, getting into jungles or mountaintops or anything, or not doing that or not doing this. Detachment means to overcome the ego of mine, the ego of I. And so when I get detached to these things, the next G, one is the goodwill, gratitude. Well said. Then we have gratitude towards life, towards God, towards everybody, all around. And the last is E. What is the E that we can practice to remove the evil in the grudge? Empathy. And there are quite a few E's there. Energy, my energy, the inner power, the inner energy, positive energy. So if we practice the inner positivity, the inner me, the inner property has to be recognized, the self-respect has to be practiced. So when I'm aware about my inner truth, that's when I can practice and have more goodwill within myself. If I have the practice of being in the awareness of inner goodness, then it is more frequent than the inner evil coming into action. So what is more frequent with all of us? The inner goodness or the inner negativity is a choice. A choice that has to be practiced. A choice not which comes all of a sudden. A choice is not coincidentally happening. I choose to bring my inner positivity into action. Then what am I supposed to do? I have to practice to be positive, practice to be positive. The reminders that I give to myself. The more I create a programming here of constantly practicing positivity, then all of a sudden also what comes is positivity. So practices can be practiced immediately in a spur of second in any situation very easily. But I want to be good, but I did not practice anything good inside. But what comes all of a sudden is what I'm practicing, isn't it? So a little effort has to be made every day, early morning as soon as we get up. These few thoughts about ourselves. Who am I? I am a positive being of light. Whatever I do, good. Whomever I see are good. Whatever happened in the past is good. Whatever is going to happen in the future is good. And whatever is happening now is very, 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 very good. The spill of goodness can create an amazing energy of goodness. The antidote for any negative poison thought is positive thoughts of goodness. If we can create that poison inside, we can create the antidote as well. And if we create more and more antidote thoughts of positivity within, then all of a sudden, if you have to encounter a poisonous, it doesn't affect you much. It doesn't poison you immediately. Are you getting what I'm saying? Situations, the intensity of situations might differ, might increase. But if I'm constantly nourishing my inner being with my self-respect, practicing, checking, self-checking, and self-mentoring, self-care, self-nourishing, all of these things are very subtle. And the tools for this practice is only thoughts. Grudge is also a thought which is repeated in cycles and cycles and cycles, and after that what it becomes is grudge like this. And then goodwill is also a thought that we choose no matter what, and we create, we repeat, we practice, and there we have this goodwill. It's very difficult to create a goodwill. It's very easy to lose it. One act of imbalance, one wrong choice, all the goodwill is gone. And when the goodwill is gone, what happens? No respect, no self-respect, no appreciation, no blessings coming from anywhere. So this is part of life. But at any point of life, we can decide for ourselves. What is the quality of my life? We can question ourselves. Every day, before we go to bed, before we rest, we can have a small questionnaire for self-checking. Self-checking is a foundation for self-change, self-transformation. So what are these questions? What do I want from life? And what did I do today to achieve that? What does God want from me? What did I do? Maybe little also, to fulfill that. What is the call of time? Did I contribute anything towards it? That's it. 3 simple questions. Self, creator, and time. We are very closely connected and aligned to these 3 things. It's an unlimited alignment. It's a true alignment, which helps us to be free from little, simple, trivial, totally unnecessary feelings that might erupt by our misunderstandings. Sometimes that which is visible is not truth at all, but we feel that this is truth and it happened like this and it shouldn't have happened. And then another few more thoughts added to it can become something very bad within. Acceptance, increasing the power of digestion, and moving on. And still hydrating the mind, charging the mind. And this is an activity which I wanted to tell. In between, we spoke about things coming like storms from all around. And immediately what you have to do. The solution to face the storm is known to all of us. What is it? To get set in the eye of the storm. When the storm is all around, we have to enter into the storm and sit in between. That's called as eye of the storm. Because storm spreads like this. You just have to make little more effort to face it. And then if you enter in between, then it's like peace. Because storm is spreading like this. And then there is peace inside. If you run away from storm, soon you will be part of it. And then part of storm means Om Shanti. So that courage to enter into the eye of the storm. Where is the eye? Where is the storm? It was little outside, but when I took it inside, it became really, it created a havoc inside. And then I need to reach to that eye of the storm. I need to know who am I, my self-respect, my true identity. Then what happens, as Sister said, guilt, everything will come up inside. And you become an embodiment of the whole situation. Like a sponge, you have absorbed the whole negative part of the situation and you become an embodiment of it and you are ready to blast or explode and create more destruction, more bitterness in relations, more damage. It's a choice. Knowing all these things, I don't want to be part of damage or destruction. Isn't it? The 3 things that we can choose. We all have that power to choose. Number 1, change before the change. Number 2, change along with the change. Number 3 is no choice. You become part of the debris. So what is my choice? If I make a choice to change before the change, I know the whole scenario, because these series of incidents or situations we have been seeing right from our childhood. There's nothing new about it. At every age, at every point of time in life, we have seen, okay, it didn't happen with me, but we have seen it's happening with our elders, our family members, or outsiders, at least in the movie. Nobody's story is like a Bollywood or Hollywood story. Too many situations are not there. The little few are there, we can easily tackle. We can easily understand and dispel their energies, the negative energy. Am I right? If somebody is talking about problems in my life, you do not know after this is there, that is there. Sunday means a problem, Wednesday means a problem. There is problem in life every moment. Now what do you call such person? It has become a market, fashion market, problem market. Oh, you have only that much problem. Look at me, I have so much problem there. Bigger than you. So is it good? I do not know. It's like a fashion. I'm more advanced, up to date, in terms of problems. A person who doesn't have any problem, who is interested in this market of problems, he would struggle to create a problem and then be busy in resolving it. That's what we are meant to be. Resolve problems. So if there is no, then create a problem and then be busy. So it's a choice. I know these problems are nothing new. I know the way they can attack me. I know the way they can make me low, but I know how to come out of it. Like Abhimanyu, there is a character in Indian mythology, Abhimanyu, the one who knows how to enter into a war field, fight, but he didn't learn how to come out. Well, that's not a complete story, isn't it? The success story should be a complete story. Total victory from all the sides. But this Abhimanyu character at least has gained some sympathy, because being so young, he fought with big warriors. And he was the only learned man about that war technique at that point of time. Rest all the warriors have been taken away. Well, that was a story. But are we Abhimanyus today? No, we are not Abhimanyus. We are Abhi, Vijay. We are jewels of victory, because our life is in our hands. We are full of choices. Am I right? We know what it is. We are well educated, well equipped, and full of choices. And we know how to use our choices. So now, if anyone is coming, insulting, or giving hurt, or doing anything, as we understood that this one is playing it's his own part. He's just speaking what he's understanding. Not necessary it has to be truth. But what he's giving me, as I see him, is completely grumbled and with negative face, throwing negative emotions to me. I'm not comfortable who is giving me negative emotions, isn't it? So what he is giving is the reality, but not the truth. Truth is eternal and standard. It doesn't change. So I need to understand the truth of it. This reality will change. This reality belongs to this moment, and this moment also will pass. So when we remember these things, it's such a pleasure to deal with any difficult situation, or a difficult person, or a difficult behavior. We know that nothing is difficulty there. The difficulty is here because I'm not able to accept it. I create all types of difficulties here, conditions here, because my inner weaknesses. To overcome that, I need to emerge my inner strengths. My inner strength is my inner self-respect. Who am I? What am I? As I am. What I am. So, every day, number 1, have a good friend. If you believe in God, that's the best thing. You can write a letter to Him. before you go to bed. Just share everything, whatever has happened in the whole day. Your routine, your relations, your interactions. If it's not too detailed, just speak the essence. And if you interact on a daily basis, after a while, you will experience a change within. Because you are surrendering everything to a supreme authority. And you're connecting to Him with a faith that whatever today we did, we realized and we surrendered it. And one day we get the strength to overcome. We don't repeat the same mistakes. And this connection with the Supreme Source shall attract so much power from the Supreme Powerhouse. We need peace, but when we connect, we are connecting to the ocean of peace. That's another level of power. That power shall help me to overpower my own inner negativity. Not only peace, the solutions that we have figured it out, the list of them. In order to empower them, we need to take power from the Supreme Source. That's another full and final closure of all our inner demons or evils. Because evils shall listen. Anybody would listen to their creator only, isn't it? So the evil is within, but it won't listen to us. We also recognize this is evil, or we are not able to remove it. And so the method is very simple. Connect to the Lord of the evils. Be charged by taking power from Him. And then the evils also will listen. Because your connection is with the Creator, the Supreme Creator. It's a wonderful technique. You want to experience the magic of it, then you should practice it. God the Father is considered as the Lord of the evils. He is the Lord of the Lords. He is a supreme powerhouse. Evil also is a power. But then to overpower the evil, where is the evil? We understand it is within. The weakness of inner being can make any situation worst and make it into problem. Problem is a creation of a weak mind, isn't it? So to remove the inner weaknesses, inner evils, inner vices, we need an extra power. Our own realization shall not help us to be cleansing or purifying from inside. We love the pure self of ourselves, isn't it? But then the pure self is dusted and mixed with all types of alloys of evil. So to remove the alloy, we have to be taking ourselves into a certain degree of temperature to remove the alloy. The temperature is increased to that level by creating a concentrated thought that I am the being, not the body. This consciousness that I am a being can help me to connect to the Supreme. Because Supreme also is a light. And the being is also a light. So I, the being, I connect to the Supreme Source. Then take His power and quickly remove all this inner negativity. The more we practice, the more quickly it is cleansed. And the more we can be easy, though we are busy. The more we can be happy, though there are storms around. The more we practice, the more we are healthy, though there are a lot of illnesses around. Because our life, our responsibility. Thank you so much for your patience and listening. The time is going. You may pose a few questions if you are interested. Yes, please.
Hi, sister.
Hello.
Thanks for the lecture. I have a question regarding a grudge. So, as you explained earlier, that we tend to develop it. It might be a perception or someone is doing wrong willing to us. But according to them, they might be right, but possibly they are harming us. And in such situation, over a year of time, we tend to develop, certain sort of hatred towards some person. It can be in our family, it can be our friends. So especially if someone is in our family, we can't go away. Friends, we can, cut the connections with them. So, what I personally observed, though what you said is right, like, create a power of goodwillness. But if you create a power of goodwillness in your heart, like everything is fine, yeah, I'm going to give blessings to other person. But when he do the same stuff again, which hurted you long back, I have observed in my mind, I get those angry thoughts that this guy is still doing the same stuff which hurted me these many years back, and that creates anger in me. I think so. It's general when we have certain sort of situation which we felt and it was bad for us, and we are again experiencing the same thing in the future, getting negative thoughts. So that moment of time, all the positivity, all the good will just go into flush. So I believe so. I have observed for removing a grudge, it's not only you which you have to work on. An other person, if you can able to communicate with them, to dude, if you're doing something wrong, it hurted me long back. They also have to start doing it because it's not a one person's job to remove a grudge. Obviously, if they are not in the world, then you can think whatever positivity. Yeah, but if they are there, if you want to remove the grudge, I believe so. They also have to.
Congratulations. If
But
you can,
I want
if you
to
can
highlight-
communicate
Yeah.
with that person, make him realize and explain all these things, and then he's ready to cooperate, to remove your grudge. He would also sacrifice and humbly, do all those things. Congratulations. But the survey, average people can speak. The survey says it's not possible at all. Because, as you said, long ago somebody hurt me. But eventually I gave positive vibrations and good wishes, and I've passed that situation. I travel a little bit in the journey of life. Again I meet and again he gives hurt. And this time I'm getting angry, which means I didn't resolve the past. The past wound is unresolved. And when the person comes in front, without doing anything, already 50%, pain is still continuing. The disease is continuing. The little, he might not do much, but the little also can aggravate. So, to what extent we can care is our choice. First, whatever has happened in that first instance, we always have choice in life, isn't it? As I told you. If you can really go ahead, talk to the other person and can, sort it out, congratulations. But things will not be sorted out completely like that. A person in front of you can agree, can apologize, can promise to change, not to repeat, but no guarantee. So in any of the situations, you have to make a promise to yourself. It's not he promising to change, it is not he to become humble, but it is me who has to understand the situation and promise to myself that I would never come into such situations where I have to really take hurt like this. And be humble and be clear with everyone. Be firm.
The motivation only comes when we see the changes in another person. Otherwise, we'll say, okay.
The visible changes you want to say. That something visible is not guaranteed, brother. Today it is there, tomorrow it will not, it will disappear. That which is visible and pleasure to these eyes is completely, life of it is very less. It's perishable. So don't depend on these eyes. I'm talking about this civil eye. The eye of knowledge, the eye of intellect. Charge that, nourish that eye. Clean that eye. On a daily basis, you need to, like you wash your body daily, isn't it? Similarly, you clean that inner intellect, the eye of the third eye, which is called eye of wisdom. How wise I am to see the invisible. All that is visible is certainly perishable and certainly not truth at all. The truth that is invisible, that is constant, I should be able to see. That is wise, isn't it? Wisdom is something which I can see the truth. And the truth is, nobody can hurt you if you allow only it happens. So empower yourself to a certain extent, where certainly situation will come and same type of people of such same relation can come in front of you, will not be there to really do anything or repeat what they have done. Make yourself a powerful being. You're not ordinary, you're very special, selected by God. If you believe in God, then you perform. You take all the power from there, and in each and every action, your talk, your vision, your attitude will be very powerful. Nobody can practice their inner weakness with you. You can overpower that. Believe in that inner power of yourself. You can manifest. But if you hold something, not grudge maybe, but a little negativity about that person, or you're holding that hurt that you have received from anyone, and you are holding it for a longer period of time, it grows, it gives eggs and it grows a little bit. And then the inner weakness, the one who is in pain cannot overpower others. So you have to heal yourself first before you help others. The other person is still having the weakness. When you recognize that part, then you are supposed to heal yourself, and then you can help others also to be relieved from that weakness. You can talk about it. Anybody want to share anything? If not, any question or anything? Does anybody want to share anything? Are you okay? Yes, brother.
Yes, I do find that, with the grudges and everything, if you have good thoughts towards the other person and have that concentrated thoughts over time, it does make a difference. You're able to, A, bring yourself around, and B, they're able to see something in they obviously feeling something, and then towards you they're a bit more different, because I find this works pretty well. Doesn't matter what they've done to you, even you can go one step further, buy them stuff to show them like you have no power over me. I think it does work.
Wonderful. I'd like to share a small story, a real story between siblings, a brother and a sister. The brother always takes a higher hand on the sister. And the sister always is, this one has ruined my life. Ever since, he has come into my family, nobody respect me. This one has stealed all the show. Now I'm just nothing in my family like that. So it's a sort of grudge, not really that negative to, hurt him, but a sort of thing. And she also understands, as you all are understanding, she also understands that this is not a good feeling. But when her brother is around and doing all types of things, and she knows that she's struggling to tolerate him, you know what she says to her? Sumitra, it's okay. You are very good. You are very, very positive. You are very powerful. You are a born leader. You are a born courageous star. Nobody can take away your power. And then when she's talking at one of the instance, in a public instance, people were moving. So one person was watching why this girl is talking to herself. And he said, whom are you teaching this? Who is Sumitra? It's me. I'm telling everything to myself. It's okay. You have to tolerate. There's no other way. No problem. So I'm teaching myself. It's fine. So when that negative feeling or anything is coming up, we know ourselves very well, isn't it? We know our pulse. If the anger is coming up, immediately we can say, it's okay. I'm a peaceful being of light. I am Master Ocean of Peace. I am Angel of Peace. I am God's child. I'm Star of Peace. I'm an instrument of peace. I'm an ambassador of peace. I am the leader of the peace ministry. I am the owner of the big grocery shops of peace. And, you can say, I am the principal of the school of peace. I'm a warrior of peace. I'm a commandant of peace. I'm a sergeant of peace. You can choose. I have an oasis of peace within me. I'm the master of the ocean of peace. God is ocean of peace. As a child of God, we all have this title, Master Ocean of Peace. And how wide your intellect would be. A broad intellect, where all the grudges, you can put it in the water and finish. Isn't it? Thanks to all of you for choosing to spend this wonderful time together like this. And maybe I haven't completely explored this topic. You can think about it as you go home. And yes, but the inputs, what you have heard, they are very, very standard. You can apply them. What just grudge? You can purify everything. Within the self, you can remove anything and everything. So we'll do a small couple of minutes of silence meditation. We sit straight. Breathe in deeply. Gently breathe out. Breathe in goodwill and breathe out all the inner negativity or any obstacle. See yourself as a stable being, a balanced being, one who is charged with tolerance, with the clarity, and with the power to accept everything as it is. I am a being with the power of balance. I am jewel of victory. God's light is constantly showering as a canopy, wherein I feel highly protected and safe. I'm totally secured. I cannot lose anything, as all my treasures is guarded by God. In His company. I experience being stable and face all the situations with faith in the self, faith in my benevolent future, faith in God, no matter what. My happiness, peace, and stability is guaranteed. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you. A big thank you to Sister Gautami for sharing her insights with us. And yeah, a big round of applause. So I hope we've got new dimension to look at our grudges and new dimensions to look at our beliefs towards our grudges. And hopefully we can apply knowledge and try and change our mindsets. So next week, same time, same place. The topic is fear to independence. Because fear is something that actually stops our freedom and our independence to many things. So how can we get from fear to independence? That would be the topic. And the following Saturday, 3rd August, we have an in-house workshop on letting go of your past. There's something that we hold on to. So how can we let go of that? It's 2 to 4 on a Saturday afternoon. You're most welcome to use a quiet room for meditation. And if you like guided meditation, Mondays and Thursdays, 7 to 7:30, most welcome to come. See you next week at same time. Thank you. Have a good evening. Bye.